Hello, I'm Jovan Johnson and this is the IMF Tracker. We begin with the news that Tax Administration Jamaica, the TAJ, has made good on its promise to publish the names of tax delinquents. On Monday, the TAJ published the names of more than 400 taxpayers and traders it has brought before the courts for failure to file tax returns amounting to $9.9 billion. Under its program with the IMF, the government must prioritize reforms to strengthen tax administration, including publishing without delay the names of delinquent taxpayers and traders taken to court. The list includes the names of prominent lawyers, business people, a pastor and other noted Jamaicans. And this week we continue to go through the details of the IMF agreement. The agreement recognizes that proper debt management has been among the main reasons for Jamaica's vulnerable macroeconomic situation. As a result, the government's medium-term strategy aims at virtually eliminating the fiscal deficit and substantially reducing the debt burden. The fiscal deficit is the difference between what the country earns in revenues and grants and what it spends to build roads, schools and pay loans, for example. The government proposes to reduce the fiscal deficit and the debt by the end of March 2016. Should these objectives be achieved, it's expected that there will be permanent growth to at least 2% by fiscal year 2016-2017. Jamaica's debt currently stands at approximately $1.7 trillion, or 150% of the gross domestic product, GDP. The GDP is the total value of goods and services of a country. The government says greater concessional funding has resulted in an increase in bilateral and multilateral creditors taking up Jamaica's external debt stock. Bilateral and multilateral creditors represent 49.5% of the external debt stock. Private creditors, comprising bondholders, commercial banks and other commercial creditors and suppliers, represent just over 50% of the stock. The Ministry of Finance and Planning has singled out the accessing of loans from China and multilateral institutions. Meanwhile, the government says the main factors contributing to the increase in the domestic debt stock were the financing of the fiscal deficit and depreciation in the value of the Jamaican dollar against the US dollar and other currencies. And come Thursday, the IMF will reveal the results of Jamaica's first quarter test results under its deal with the country. An IMF team has been in Jamaica since August 14 conducting the reviews. And that's where we end our trek this week on the IMF Tracker. I'm Jovan Johnson.